My main topic is, would you take risk or deathly risk in order to help someone? So what?
Sure.
Yeah, you would?
Yes.
Okay.
It all depends on who it is, though.
So it depends on if it's like your friend or something.
A good friend.
Yeah. Okay. Do any of you guys have other opinions? Risk that would put your life in danger to save one else?
Well, if it was family, but I certainly wouldn't waste my life for someone else.
Okay. So that's what I was expecting most of you guys would say. I'm gonna share a quote with you, and then we'll go on from that. True heroism is remarkably sober, very undramatic. It's not the courage to surpass others, but the courage to serve others. Arthur Ashe said that, and he's a pro tennis player. Well, he's not alive anymore, but he was a pro tennis player. And he was the first African-American man to ever be #1 in the world, obviously, at his time. And he was a civil rights supporter. So does anybody have an idea of what that quote means? No? That's fine.
Bravery about saying their own opinions about things.
Yeah, and just like the willingness to help others and to be there to help them. And so, then I'm going to give an example. There is a man who is the chief pilot, kind of like that picture. It goes with that picture, at Air Serv, and he goes into places in Africa and in the Congo, and he brings relief to those places. So whether it's like demining a mined area or taking out ill people from a disaster area, or bringing food to starving children. But he's also taking risks because, as you can see, things like that can happen, and those aren't really a place that you'd like to be in. And so they have such an impact on all these people's lives, and it kind of relates to Touching Spirit Fair, because Garvey and Edwin are risking their life and really risking their time to help Cole grow and become a better person. And then Cole ends up risking his life to help Peter. So it kind of goes all around in the circle. So why do you think that people take these risks to help other people? Yeah?
To be kind.
Yeah, to be kind, and they know that's the right thing to do. Zach, did you have anything? No. Do any of you guys have any idea?
I think to help others, because maybe if they had a situation that no one helped them or something.
Yeah, that could definitely be a possibility. So Zach, you said that you would help someone if it were your friend. Why would you?
Well, I'd help family too.
You'd help them, yeah. But like,
I just don't like to see people get hurt.
okay. So I kind of agree with you. I would really help others because in these places where kids are starving and kids are, they really need your help. If you don't help them, then there's almost no chance that they're going to live. But if you do help them, then there's that pretty wide chance that you both are going to live, in which case you're taking 2 lives and making them both continue. So it's kind of like being willing to do that flip-flop of switching the life for someone else. And so then also now I want to ask you again, what kind of risk do these type of people like? It doesn't all have to be risks that put your life in danger, right? Do you guys have any other types of risks that someone could take that aren't necessarily life-changing, but they're doing it for someone else?
Maybe when they're getting made fun of, like you take the risk of someone's going to get made fun of you too, but you still take the risk to stand up for the person.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great example. And just with like spreading rumors and having like, yeah, Morgan?
Well, if you're like maybe like a different race and someone like is making fun of you for that or something, you could also stick up for them like
that. Yeah, that kind of goes back to the Arthur Ashe situation where he was the civil rights supporter, and he had a lot of stuff thrown at him throughout the years because he was so famous, but he was also standing up for...
Are you a tennis player?
Yes.
Thinking.
Okay, so do you all understand how this, like, after seeing how big of an impact people have on other people's lives, Dalton Tanner does this, well, he gets paid because he's their chief pilot, but other than that, it's a nonprofit organization, so most people are volunteer, and you see how amazing it is that they go into these other places and they're changing the person's life just by saving them. So, do you guys have, like, do you think that do you think now that you see the big impact that you can have on someone's life with also little things that you might now be willing to do it for someone? Yeah.
Yeah, I would change my mind because I don't want to see people like getting all upset and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if there was ever anything happening to the world and it like stopped, would everybody like go for family first and not friends?
I don't know. That's a good point to bring up. Because what really the base question is, what is the difference between your family and your friends and your people that you don't know? Because Zach and Morgan, you guys said that you would risk it for your family or your friends, but it's like, what's the difference between them and someone that you don't know?
Wait, that's on the science part? I think that your family's been there for all your life, and your friends are just at school with you, and you don't really know if they're really your true friend.
Okay, yeah, that could be a reason why you would go for your family instead of your friends. And that's a really good point too, is you don't know for sure if they're going to be with you your whole life. But one thing that I really admire about Dawson and everybody is that they are doing these things simply because they want to. They don't know these people, they don't owe them anything. They're just doing it because they want to help and they don't want to have to like have them suffer. And so wrapping it up, that is pretty much my base question, and would you take the risk to help others? And I think that you all have answered pretty well. And so it's just the whole thing of like they are in so much trouble and we have so much here in the United States, so it's just that chance that you can help them. So that is my main thing. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
I think you did really good explaining the topics and stuff.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, so I think that we have like 10 seconds, yeah?
You did really well explaining this to us.
Oh, well, thank you. You guys are a cheerful group.
When they said like this plane crashed in close to New York and like this ocean or like sea or whatever, they said that people had to survive, like they had to get out and like swim to shore,
Yeah.
for their own safety.
Yeah, which so in some cases like that, it's just so chaotic that I had heard a little bit about that, but I hadn't heard a lot about that. Where it's so chaotic that I don't really think that many people are really thinking about saving other people in that situation. The thing that I like about them is that they're doing it even though they don't have to. They could be here without having to worry about the people down in the Congo, but instead they aren't. So, yeah. I think, Miss Owen, are we supposed to pass them out? Uh-huh. Okay.